Hello, everybody. I am Martinez-Bateman. I am the CEO of New Coyote Consulting. We are an equity and communications consulting firm here in the Pacific Northwest. That means we do things like trainings and coaching that center the most marginalized in the room. What that means in practice is that we do things that are employee-led, we do things that are Black-led, we do things that are trans-led, Indigenous-led. We coach from a place of context, right? So we mostly coach leaders of color, and we're very aware of the context that people of color in leadership are in right now today. It is the Monday update. Every Monday I tell you my intentions for the week, and every Thursday I come back and I tell you how I did. Last week I told you that we made our income goals for April. At the end of April, we were actually at 120% of our income goals. I feel so proud of us. I feel so good about everything that we've been doing. The hard work has paid off. You know, we just kept a pretty level head, all things considered, through this really bad time that we've been in, and did the work that felt like it was going to help us come out of that hole the fastest. And I just, I'm really stoked. Really stoked to be back on our feet. Really stoked to be back doing business and having clients and doing work and all those things. We are going to do more searching for training opportunities this May. That's a big deal right now. If you're looking for trainers, if you're booking trainers, talk to me, especially if you're already a fan of me. I have been definitely talking about this on these videos and just going through this storming process about what it means to be more explicit about wanting more training opportunities and more training opportunities with larger orgs and bigger price tags. And I've been working on how to internalize all the really good advice I've gotten from around my networks. I think I've come upon what I need to go forward. I am never not going to center marginalized people in my trainings. I'm never not going to center marginalized people in my coaching. That's just not who I am or how I act. I mean, I've said it before. And also, there are ways that I can talk about how I do that from a strengths-based place. Talking about how when we empower the most marginalized, the most affected in our organizations, what we're really doing is empowering our organizations to be creative, flexible, growth-oriented, to be geared towards the actual customer demographics that we have, and to be grounded in reality and able to pivot on a moment's notice. And if leadership doesn't want that, if that's a thing that they could have and they'd rather just not be uncomfortable about racism, then those aren't my clients. That's just not who I'm going to be there for. So knowing that, and knowing that there are a lot of people in the world who do have privilege, who are seeing the value and the necessity for empowerment of non-men, of non-cisgender people, of non-white people in their organizations, of non-able-bodied people, I feel really good about it. I think that this is going to be a good opportunity for me to just walk my talk. You know, I talk a lot about how joy is our birthright, and how the abundant universe is a real one, and how, there's more resources out there to solve the problems that we have, and we just need to go and get them. And I talk about how it's, I feel like a lot of us with marginalization especially have a moral obligation to thrive and bring other people with us. And when I make things, how do I talk about this? So there's a white supremacist idea that people like me make things harder on ourselves by not conforming. And that's bullshit garbage. However, because I have been in this situation where people get aggressive with me first, people expect me to show up in a certain way and will be on the offense, or even the defense with me, I have started approaching situations with my armor up. And there are some times when that is necessary, and there are other times when that is not. And the times when I have the power in the room, I don't need that armor in addition to my power. I can also understand that there's times when I need both. But with the clients that I want to work with, that's not necessarily true. I can show up and know that that my energy can go to educating and training and centering the people who need to be centered, and it doesn't have to go to fighting assumptions or assuming or making my own assumptions that may or may not be true about a client, about an audience, etc., etc. I don't know if that made any sense, but it's like how I don't need to over-explain myself, which I guess is ironic now that we're at 5.5 minutes of me explaining myself. But when I was young, and throughout most of my younger career and my life, people always wanted me to explain myself. My expertise was always questioned, my knowledge was always questioned, my experience was questioned, and I had to explain myself. I had to bring a lot of proof to the table, and then I usually had to have someone who was either male or white or both to co-sign what I was saying, or people didn't believe me because I was operating in extremely white supremacist environments. Now I have the option to choose where I go, and I can just know that if I say something, either my expertise will be respected, and it will be taken in that way, or it won't be, and I'll know this isn't the place for me to stay. Do you feel me? My intention for this week is to do more work on recruiting people to be clients for training and speaking. I feel really good right now with our client roster for content creation. We can take on maybe one more, maybe two, depending, but the focus is going to be on speaking and training for me this month. That's going to be my big focus. If you are looking for a trainer, if you are looking for a speaker, please contact me. If you want something, we can make it happen for you. We do a lot of custom bespoke trainings, which makes it kind of hard to run people through our catalog, because we have, obviously, we're, anti-racist, anti-capitalist, pro-union, pro-worker, pro-black, pro-trans, pro-disabled, pro-indigenous. We talk about healthy productivity versus toxic productivity. We talk about systems and anti-racist systems. We talk about how to do things. So how to talk about the things that we do, how to do the things we do, how to talk about how we do the things we do, etc. That encompasses a lot. We have a lot of expertise here. So we're not just going to run you through whatever training program we have. That's just not who we are. That's not who I am. Even the same class is different time to time and org to org because I base my educational goals on the people who are in the class. So if that sounds like something you want, email me, DM me, get on my list. Because I'm going after the people I want, and I want to make sure that we're meeting up. That's just my little promo second. And also my intention for the week. Everybody have a lunch. Nobody's going to come and feed you lunch. You have to do it yourself. I'm so sorry to tell you that you have to feed yourself. I also don't like that news, and I'm not appreciative of that eventuality in my life. However, it's part of being an adult and doing adult things. That was mostly for me. This whole stressful time, I have not been eating as well as I want to, and it's affected my health. And as I know that it does, which is why I'm supposed to eat on a schedule. Because we did so good last week and this week, I am slowly getting back to actually eating on my schedule the way I'm supposed to. I'm really grateful for that. I feel much better, go figure. So, from me to you, don't forget to eat lunch. I swear it sucks if you do. I know you know this. See you on Thursday.